Uh, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Goddamn. Let me see. We're recording. Okay, bet. Boy, Love just got some cutty last night, and the shit was fire. She was off the chain. I haven't had any since damn before I came to San Diego. Since I came to LA and met them aliens. And the main goal in which the aliens wanted me to do was to get laid. So this is like the first time I got laid since then. After all the stuff I went through, this is my first time. This shit is crazy. And it was fire. It was live. Like wow. Before I get started, let me tell you. All right. First of all, I not only said I not only mentioned already that the smallest hint of chemicals in your body is like putting water in your oil tank. People see like athletes and children running around off of sugar and Taco Bell Ocho Cinco and stuff like that. You don't know how able your body is to um, sustain itself and to take. It can even take nutrients through the air. It can even absorb minerals through the water that you're in, like you swim in, like you know what I'm saying. Like your body can eat off of like soap. So if you have like cucumber soap or something, I'm just saying that because it happened to me. But really, you can actually eat like the stuff in the water just from absorbing it, because you can absorb water off junk, you know. But that's another story. Like you eat like you have like herbal smoke in the air. You have like different incense. Your body's actually absorbing this, taking this in. So you're like how reptiles and different animals can actually can like pace themselves for a very long time until the next time they get some food. That's exactly how a human body is. You know what I'm saying? It also depends on what geographic your element is behind. But overall, the human type, the human species, you can do that. Just off of just complete science of just we're eating nothing but trash now. But everybody's really transitioning into this vegan thing. But we came from like laboratory food, and we're waxing on and waxing off. All this bad information, all this bad food, and coming right back to nature, which is biologically um, our operations by default. We're always gonna go back to nature by default. You know what I'm saying? And our feet, our beings, every living being in the universe abides by nature in that way. Anytime it leaves nature, your body will all break down, or the environment around you will break down, because of the harmony in which everything is formed has to be in harmony at all times. So if you ever you get out and into a disharmonized situation, there are going to be default effects that are always going to affect you or your environment, that always has to take you back. This is also equivalent to um, the spiritual sciences. Um, um, it's also a representation of the way we reproduce. It's always going to take us back to the beginning, and then we're going to go to a new, and we're going to adventure out, mature, man, build tour, experiencing, so you can get more experiencing in your being biologically, and then you spew out again, and it goes back out in harmony. And anytime it gets deharmonized, it comes back with that information, or stays out there with that misinformation, mates, reproduces again, or desecrates right there, and we eat the earth and go through the frequencies, and we gain that information, and we spew it out into an answer in which everything is harmonized once again. But yeah, so that's not what I'm saying. What I was saying is that, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So Everybody's talking about, oh, I need to drink more water, I need to eat more salads. Those are inclinations that your body's telling you, oh, I need some grass, I need some this, I need some that. That's why a lot of people, we look at breasts a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's not putting it all the way out there, but you look at breasts because you really want breast milk. You eating cheese, drinking milk, any type of dairy products. You're really looking for breast milk. You eat breast milk, you drink breast milk. You know, you don't you don't drink cow milk or none of that stuff. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? This is really true. And you be like, oh, females ain't running around here with breast milk because females really supposed to be multiplying at a very high a very high um, rate. So the breast milk is supposed to be plush and it's supposed to be everywhere, and we're supposed to be so filled and fulfilled and sustained with it that we're not supposed to be in thirst for it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we still are, but we're not supposed to be as thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thirsty ass. No, I'm like, so with that being said, those are all facts. No need to even get into that. I got some cutty last night, but that's not my point. My point is that so so after I took all that stuff out, I met aliens. They told me just to eat from the earth, yada yada, whoop de whoop, doo da day, and they told me to eat like a can of vegetables, and they told me to read the back of the can, and they said, okay, what did it say? It said chlorine fluoride, and that's like a preservative in some cans. After they had me eating all these greens, I was like, okay, I'm straight. Can of vegetables ain't gonna do shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I ate that one can of vegetables with that uh, chlorine fluoride. I was kaput. I was done. I mean, when I was on the vegetable, I was jumping up. I was nothing. I'm telling you, I lost my phone on the trolley, nigga. I was blocks. I was nothing. I mean, anything. Nothing was stopping me. I was dead on. But as soon as I had that canned vegetables, that chlorine fluoride, I was done. I was super done. I mean, I wasn't as done. I was good, but you could feel it in your system. That's the difference. I might have to move because I echo in the tunnel. But yeah. But just to continue on, yeah. So if that aligns with that, no, I can't say it like that. That's a huge step that way. Just know, I can't even say it. Just know, since your body's in harmony and your brain, no, your body's in harmony. Your brain isn't the only kinetic electronic functioning part of your body. Not saying that there's another motherboard in your body, but there actually is. It's your penis. Your penis needs brain food just as much as your brain needs brain food. Now, if your penis dies, you won't die. You can possibly die, and you don't have to move certain parts of your body unless you mess up your pivot. You mess up your pivot, and you'll lose the bottom part of your body, your pelvis. I mean, you lose your bottom part of your body. But since you have both the male and the female brain as one brain in your brain, in your cerebral cortex, that is the fully functional part of the entire light of your body. See, the vagina is the opening of your brain, and the penis is the rod in your brain. So you still have another electronical force in your body. That's not entirely what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that is another electronical part of your body, and it is your reproductive organ. And there's other organs in your body as well. They are as complex. They just all have different jobs. Now, what I'm trying to get over to you is that as you're eating this food and everything is a harmony to your body in its entirety. Everything isn't always brain food. This food is food for the soul. This is this is food for your brain, your head, your torso, your stomach, your reproductive organs, and your lower being. Now, as is above, is so is below. I know it's hard for me to explain this, but this is one of these things that I always have to try to get over to people in a simplified way. Just know, no, I can't even say just know. I have to continue on. I have to go through this path. So, so with the sodium, the chlorine fluoride and all these chemicals that you eat will slow down your body. It also has an effect on your brain. So you can't exactly think completely as clear as you would if you ate complete electronic food, completely organic food. Not organic as in genetically modified organics, but actual originated food from the earth in which it was geographically set. We have a lot of foods, fruits, vegetables, fish, chicken that don't even belong in the United States of America that we've been eating since we were born, and generations before us have been eating these same things. Um, with that being done, we're we're attracting pathogens, viruses, and germs from other sectors of the planet, maybe even the universe, because we're messing up the frequencies in which everything was made and the harmony in which everything was done, from which we all came from separately, but we shared each other's lands um, inseparably as a family, as a whole, but we still stayed in our sectors through our agriculture, through our culture. We was all cool, you know. So when people start picking plots of lands and we didn't start to travel as much, that takes away from us being more uh, um, genetically tested, genetically tested. So it would be harder for us to uh, uh, be apprehended by diseases this way because we will be so commonly influenced with one another's gene pools and environments that we wouldn't it wouldn't be anything necessarily too new to us that we wouldn't be able to handle, you know, thus far. And seeing that we would all came from the original origins, that's going way too far, and I don't want to go way too far off with what I'm about to say then. But basically, our evolutionary processes have to do with trial and error through our evolutionary beings. Of course, we're all going to be different, and we're all going to be combinatively DNA different from one another. So somebody might get a certain germ or whatnot, but that doesn't necessarily mean everybody else. It's just the Earth testing, you know, testing our genes and our genes testing the Earth back, just to see what's out there, so we can create a solution to it uh, before anything epidemically happens. That's just our way of being nature as well. Um, this is why we're supposed to be peeing, pooping, everything in the dirt, so that all our information goes back into it, desecrating in the dirt, uh, dying in the dirt. So all our information goes back to it. The birds and the animals and bugs do what they need to do, and we eat it. We gather that information. Okay, here's the brain part. Oh, I just gotta go with the flow sometimes. Then all that information goes in our brains electronically through that DNA information, and then it goes through our body in harmony with the universe, and down to our reproductive organs to prepare for the next story, for the next solution, the next sperm soldiers, you know. stuff like that. Your next child, your next light. Um, seamen, seamen, sailors, straight up. But sailor, sailors, solar, your next light, cool. Your next wave of lights, next generation, sailors. Hey, seamen, hey, that's exactly what's up. Exactly what that should mean. Probably is what it means. Wave of lights, sailors, water, liquid. Okay, I'm a little litty right now. I want to make sure my feet are straight still. Um, but before I say what I'm about to say about my sexual encounter, is that let me get this off this line. Um, is that okay? So all this information goes down to our reproductive organs, and our reproductive organs are are really electromagnetic, just as much as our reproductive organs are the organs that are actually attracting the universe to us sexually. That's how electromagnetic our reproductive organs are. Because it takes the man and the woman reproductive organs to create the light in your brain and the harmony of your universe, your whole entire being, which would also be the origins and genesis in which we all created these things. So separately, we would have magnetic properties in our reproductive organs as individuals, male and female, right? So they do have electromagnetic properties. We have the life force in our sperms and the the is existence of the eggs in the women. So it is true, and we get all this from eating the universe, absorbing the universe from our minds, which would be the all-seeing eye, which is the light in our minds, the third eye, and we're gathering all this information at all times. Our nervous system goes, our circuitry, our circuitry goes completely down our spinal cord, and two of the two main places that it outputs from is the brain and the reproductive organs through the membrane, through the mucous membrane, and through its journey, and through people so fucking weird. Man, make me feel like I'm on fucking Bird Box. I don't know, some damn scary movie shit. I'm like, are you driving it? Nah. But basically, okay, we go through all this stuff, we experience all these things, we eat all these things, we see all these things, same things experiencing, and all this information is being took in through our whole body, primarily our brain, in unison with the quality of our reproductive organs that are already here, that's in unison with our all inspiring mind of the duality of the male and female reproductive organs that is all. You dig me? Man, that was a crisscross right there. I didn't mean to put that out there, but I hope people got that part. Basically, the all-seeing eye is the male and female reproductive organ as one. The female reproductive organ has an eye already there, an eye, and the male organ has an eye, and they're one. And the light, and everything is light. Everything is a frequency and vibration. Everything is already here. Okay, so that means when we're born, our reproductive organ is already here per se. So it is attracting what is already here, but our mind is doing the same exact thing because it is that duality, and our body will be in unison and harmony with everything as well because it is, it's the chakras, it's the vortexes, it's the colors, it's the colors in between. So when you're dealing with a bad diet, or bad energy, you get this type of information from martial arts, spiritual, religious organizations. It'll seem like your feet is off, your pathway is off. Um, the main thing it's crazy because the main thing that the aliens told me once they brought me, when they telekinetically spoke to me, that's just one part. Y'all don't even know the half of what it was like to be brought into their telekinetic world. They didn't show me everything, but they put me so on key with who they were that literally they were able to see the astros and the waves of the world around them. So you had your whole entire being. You would see like things like Dragon Ball Z. You'll see things like Naruto. I'm not saying you would see those things there. Even though those type of things were there later on, you would see those things. I've seen people like X-Men type niggas like do some flash shit like in the middle of like Venice Beach, not baseball, basketball court. I done seen some niggas like fly. I done seen some niggas fucking speed fly off the sidewalk and just land, and people were playing. People of all diversities of X-Men was playing like frisbee and shit on the boardwalk, using their powers. I seen stuff like that. I seen people by the bars, people in bars that weren't talking, and that was one of another X-Men dudes, one of the aliens special powers they were able to do to make you hear things. They were like a shadow person, so that was one of his talents. They were like ventriloquists. A lot of them teleported. A lot of them speed teleported. I saw things like that. But my overall point is that things like Naruto or Yu Yu Hakusho or Dragon Ball Z, they have auras around them. They have auras around them when they like transform. And the Asian communities would call this chakras. People would call this the spirit. Like African people, which are like ninjas. Like they were like the first ninjas, so they know. Like African people know how to be shadowy. Like their ninja element is, niggas always talking about motherfuckers trying to find me. Now, actually, for real, like niggas always talking about, oh, my creep game on fleek, my creep game is hard as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause niggas element, you gotta put it towards, we were already ninjas and ninjutsu and niggas being the first with to figure out like martial arts and stuff like that. But we're all equal. But overall, we are all equal. We're all harmonizing, and we had different colors that were already in existence with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always about black people. I'm just saying, as the frequency in the carbon-based life form of an Africanist being, you know, we be carbon dated as the first human species, but in its entirety, they would have all came from us, in which we would all be in harmony with one another in existence at the same time. So we've been thus far as nymphos, different colors throughout the universe. That means, um, uh, not even sequentially. Um, you can't even put that in the sequence. We would have all been formed by the universe and geographically through the colors of the astros and the smokes of the beginning of time throughout all types of different ethnicities and diversities um, in unison. We would just would be would be we wouldn't even been categorized as like Africanists or anything like that. It would just we would gain that honor because of the darkness of the universe in which we all came from, in which we would have respect. You know what I'm saying? So just like white people have an honor towards like sunlight or bright lights, or Indian people have honor towards like love and the warmness of like sunsets and sunrises, and um, Hispanic people have honor towards tropical settings and the complexity of organisms. You get mix, mex, mix. Check mix trails of genetics. All Arab above. Uh, supreme. It's like supreme. You know what I'm saying? It's Persian. It's like golden. It's like a gleam. You know what I'm saying? It's like beyond the finished product that's always excelling. Arab. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is the information behind all this information. But damn, I done went through all that. But basically, you get all this information and it's all in disharmony, and all this information going through your being. You eating some trash, you gonna be slow as fuck. You gonna be slow as fuck. So I'm spitting all these facts, and you gonna like, you don't realize how crazy it is that we eat all this junk, and we're able to do all this, we dunking and dancing, singing, fucking having sex, all that shit. And dang, I don't want to edit. I mean, I have to edit this stuff. 'Cause I need people to, I also have to be more focused in my points, but I want people to know that I'm being honest and everything, honest and raw in what I'm speaking of. So I'm just giving it to y'all real. You have to imagine, as long as it took for these settings to come in fruition for us to exist, that probably prepared us for any situation and allowed us to even withstand the hardships of our natural settings being taken away from us. Because of our stature and responsibility in this universe, being able to travel and manufacture anything and engineer anything to our ability to go absolutely anywhere. So that means if we so happen to one day, what I'm trying to do to you guys, I also want to add this side note, is that my overall goal is to get you guys back to your ancestral hood. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. I'm just trying to speak your truth. I'm trying to speak your truth and my truth, and I'm trying to speak everybody's truth so you guys can reconnect with your ancestors and you guys can meet them one more time. You guys can meet them for all eternity. I apologize. For all eternity, to the ends of time, through my word and my teachings, and the people that are doing the same things that I'm doing, if not better or worse. We're just trying to, as we're just trying to get you guys back to the light in which is the absolute real. So everything that I tell you is honest and real, and I'm just trying to get you guys back in line as you guys are evolving and innovating with your ancestors, with our past and who we really are and who we really are supposed to be. Because a lot of us, majority of us nowadays are lost and we are still climbing to the heights. But in its entirety, that doesn't necessarily mean people will find this and they'll change their lives. But a lot of people that will find this one day will be changed by the words that I do say and this enlightenment that I do give them. And my goal is to reach a lot of people, yes. So I will continue to try and help them as much as I possibly can, because my overall goal is not to get you prepared for any job or school or anything like that. Even though it will help you as well, it will enlighten you and help you, gravitate, propel. It'll just, it'll, yes, it'll elevate you to a new understanding and a better understanding. But you are your living ancestors, and you will always be a part of who they are, because you are the strand of their DNA. Even if your bloodline or a certain bloodline did die out and they killed them all off, or their elements just died off naturally, we are still a part of what was. Our origins still exist within us. So I'm just trying to reconnect that as we excel to better help our process in our evolutionary basis, to help us grow more florently, and in a beautiful way. You know what I'm saying? That's my overall goal. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that being said, when you get back to your ancestral hood of eating, leaves, and stop eating animals, and you can you can smell I can smell people's poop, I can smell people's pee right now, and I can tell you what they're missing in their diets. I can tell if that person's sick or hungry or something I can literally do that right now. Now, you'll hear stories about, and you can also refer what I just told you then back to what animals smell in your poop, why dogs sniff their butts. Um, when you're out in the wild, if some animal is scoping you, or they can smell you like 20 trees down, you know what I'm saying? Or if military personnel is following you, or why Secret Services don't allow presidents' poops to flush down the toilet or stuff like that. You can actually get so keen into your mind and your whole naturality of your being that there they go. MIB. Now, who that? CIA. Nigga, listen, NCIS, CSI, CIA. Is what I'm talking about. But you can get so keen into your nature and natural ability. Like my vision is 2015 now. I was blind as a bat before I got on this diet. You know what I'm saying? I can see 2015 now. I've never even been close to 2020. I'm talking about I was a little kid, and I wasn't even like I was in line. I was like, nigga, I know I ain't 2020, nigga. I'm taking steps, nigga. I'm 2015 now. Like I take my shit off right now, and I'm like literally almost complete. Like I'm good. Like, I'm good right now. I can see over there and shit. I still got a little bit more to go, but I just got a few more herbs to fuck with. And then the herbs ain't even for me. I'm helping a few other people out just to get their stuff back in, but I'm taking them all before they take it just to see what's popping with them. It's not even for me overall, but I'm glad I took them because I'm super straight. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I don't even know if they gonna say, like they gonna be like, nigga, you the right person? Like I know they gonna be like, nigga, you are not the same person that went to jail. I mean, not jail, but you're not the same person that they were talking about in this paper. Because I'm like too healthy. I'm way too healthy right now. But what it is that it's like, oh, okay. My point is that even as we're supposed to be in the jungle, you supposed to see what 0-0 in this bitch. Like you supposed to be like fuck 2015 to 2020. You supposed to be your raptor eyes supposed to be out there. You supposed to be able to be quiet as a motherfucking mouse on Dead Sea Scrolls. I didn't mean to say that. Damn. You supposed to be just as quiet on dead leaves out there, scoping anything, smelling anything from anything, anywhere that smell foul. That's an ordinary function. If you smell like a carnivore or something like that, if you smell blood, I smell blood. Let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's a ordinary originated uh, flick in our DNA, like a little dot that we've already experienced. You know what I'm saying? So I got myself back in health, and I can smell stuff. Like I don't even be breathing that hard or that much. I really mean that much, to be honest with you. And I can sense stuff. I'm feeling it in the air. I can feel wind. Like I swear I can feel like the wind from over the coast. Like I can feel the water amongst the coast from here. You know what I'm saying? I can literally feel that. I can hear things. I can smell stuff. I can, you know, stuff like that. Everything is coming back to King because everything has to do with your everything has to do with the complete harmony of your body. But as everything is being harmonized, your nervous system that's in tune with the universe will be completely one, and your nervous system is just a a a a, a COINTELPRO to be far out, completely in tune with what I'm just trying to tell y'all of your circulatory system, which just means your circuitry, your electronic, and everything is kinetic. Everything is electric magnetical, because you're electromagnetic through your through the harmony of your body in unison of your reproductive organ in your brain, which is the magneticism right there. So, like I said, I got some cutty last night. That means you can't attract things through sex. You can't attract things through what you think, and you can't attract things to what you think sexually, in which that is what you think, because it is in harmony with your brain and light, and that is just what you do. You want to continue to evolve, to innovate, to have more and better sex with the universe. You're supposed to be in constant paradise euphoria. Take that to court. You know what I'm saying? Stuff they don't want to hear though. Niggas giving the homeless people parking tickets, but don't want to hear science. I'm gonna start a petition as well. First of all, I don't agree with churches not being able to litigate. Second of all, I do not agree with science not being a huge part of the court system. Like, okay, enlightened motherfuckers can't tell y'all nothing, and science can't tell y'all motherfuckers nothing. Who the fuck is we listening to around here? What is actually the understanding? What is the actual? What are the deliberations coming from? Like, what is the actual, like, what is the like, what is the method? Like, not method. I understand people's method is procedures and processes, there's checks and balances, but I don't get what basis are we having for our direct human nature on this planet through our existence when making these laws, if it ain't science or spirituality? That shit's weird. That means any motherfucker out there, whatever the fuck he thinking on the golf course, is making our fucking laws because they saw some shit, some misinformative advertising, empty ass, no name corporate buildings that's getting grants from the government or getting underpaid, under the table pays and off the record pays from these politicians or the people these motherfuckers know up in the hills, to say some motherfucker killed themselves because of this TV channel or this type of social networking, or you know what I'm saying, or people being sex trafficked, and the same government that's paying these niggas to do it act like they can't find these motherfuckers that's being uh, sex trafficked, and the drugs being pulled up in here. These niggas can't use a single drone, but these motherfuckers dropping pizzas off at your front door, and finding out that Lil Thule is selling fucking bootlegs and I ain't gonna say crack rock, small ass fucking Xanax pills, little painkiller pills around the corner, but they ain't arresting him because they looking for some big timer, and they just trying to make sure that big timer is um Billy from fucking Washington State, that really work for the government, that's really trying to set up some minorities or something, like a bigger issue that all these cops know already exists, but they not trying to capture them. They not going into like deep undercover because these niggas talking about that they don't have the fucking budget for it and shit. But these niggas can level out a whole neighborhood and hood and shit after they take all the gangsters out and act like they ain't fucking scared and shit, and they want to mass advertise niggas getting shot up because cops was already getting thrown down on some 187 shit when it came to Snoop, after niggas knew that these niggas had the right type of operatives, and the money in the drug game was super plush, so the government was being too exposed in the whole game and a little sloppy, but they was all in, just like they in now, and they saying that they not in, and they still doing the shit, and even have better technology and hiding all their motives, and they still doing it, and we still know they out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, and it is what it is, and it's really happening, and we really taking our people out the hoods because we know they trapping their asses. Ain't no motherfucking way these niggas got Google of me walking in my house right now, and the nigga don't know you selling bricks and shit. We didn't need fucking Facebook to tell you that, niggas. And niggas chose when to hit y'all asses with that Rico shit. They chose to do that whenever you got some play. It was cool to put some money in the neighborhood because you just feeding that shit until they got ready to gentrify that shit, or you know what I'm saying, like flip that whole shit up whenever they prepared themselves, whenever it was time after a certain time, a number of generations. You just repaying the motherfuckers again because y'all don't own the shit. They do. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. They just reing up. You just allowing the business to keep running at a low price until they re up again. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? And niggas act like them niggas don't know. They know. Trust me, they know. They been knowing. You know, that's why niggas use code words on the phone. Them niggas, they own everything. They had all them gangsta ass niggas had all that shit on lock. But like I said, I had some cutty last night, right? And that's what I'm really trying to get to. So if everything that I'm saying is true and it's completely factual, that means all this BS that we eating is completely slowing you down, and including your minds in your reproductive organs. That means you're gonna be more you're gonna be more uh, you're gonna be more testonic, meaning that you're gonna be filled with more hormones, more testosterone. You're gonna be more aggressive when having sex because your body's trying to get out all this bad gunk, all this bad sperm, all of this disharmonizing, not in a bad way, but all this disharmonating uh, mucus or sperm and whatnot and cum. Now, if this goes into a female, and the female, vice versa, comes on you, all this information is just another means of coming up with a solution, and it's a great solution. It's gonna turn into a great child. It's gonna turn into a great life, and this child is gonna be another answer, and that's why all this information was screaming to get out because we gained all this information like. Come out. What the fuck is this? And over time, we were going to evolve into something that's going to be completely immune to all this shit. Over time, we're going to be immune to everything that's going on around here. All they're doing is trying to, get us on the pathogenic wave. That's why we all see fucking plastic foods in the stores now that say fucking organic. So they hit us with something and we all plop down at one time so we eat one thing, just to test. You know what I'm saying? It's easily said and done. You know what I'm saying? It's keep weakening us until they can just hit us with everything. But it's not. It don't always have to be like that. It can be straightforward. It can be conspiracy theories. But I'm just speaking off of complete fact, and you just draw the line there, and just really keep it going. But everything doesn't have to be so pessimistic, hard time going and stuff like that. But so like I said with the running and getting rid of your what the fuck. Hello, hello, yes. Smart. Somebody pounded on the door. It sound like somebody's doing something in the kitchen. Okay, okay. That's crazy. So I'm gonna shoot another video before Apparently I'm being robbed or something. But I'm shooting another video when I came back outside. But what's going on is that when I got some cutty last night, my body was in complete harmony with this woman, and we were like completely electrified. I mean, like I said, I had not since like probably some months, like 6 months or whatnot, since I got on this diet, since I met those aliens, and since I've been open, and all this type of deal, right? And I kid you not. I mean, when she touched me, I mean, I felt her electricity go through me. I'm not even playing with you. Like, it was completely electrifying. Like, we didn't even get to it yet. And it was electrifying. Like, I'm talking about, we touched, and it was a huge euphoric pause. And it was crazy. Crazy. And to put it on top of that, like I was saying, if you have all this gunk inside of you and you're trying to get it out, you really ain't supposed to do it unless you creating fruit, unless you creating children or a light or something like that. If you're not doing that, then I wouldn't even put it out there like that. I wouldn't even you know if you're not doing that, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be wearing condoms or anything like that. You're just supposed to be creating your kids and things like that, right? So what's going on is that when I went inside of her, when I started to have sex with this woman, when I had sex with the female, or she was just, she was playing around with me and stuff like that. This is the first time, I'm not even playing with you. This is the first time I didn't blast off, ejaculate nut in like 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, she was here at my apartment for like 3 to 4 hours, and it was crazy. I'm talking about I didn't go anywhere, and I was full-fledged a superhero. I'm talking about in my bed, no problem, not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Not a thing. And I'm talking about I was super lit, super duper lit, and she was on me, yo. Super on me. I'm not playing. Man, niggas got security. Cops was tripping on me. That was a couple of days ago. They give me my respect because they say I just live here. But my point is that this always happens. Like, niggas always seem to stop me. They always stop me. But how y'all always stop me? But when a real robber gets here, don't nobody know what the fuck happened. Black people stories. Black people stories, bro. Like, niggas don't ever know what happened to anybody else. But y'all just seem to find a nigga. Oh, no. She's weird. But I'm gonna tell y'all the rest of the story once I get out. I gotta get ready for the unknown in here. Hopefully this shit don't get real. Pray for me. Thank you. Tell y'all the rest later.